we're back with Bleach! Aren't you happy, Dai? We're back! We're here! With a shonen that's way better than Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
What? Had to steal your gimmick.
Not like it'd be hard to surpass that.
Well...
If you have stakes, you can be better.
Steak. So yeah, as you can tell by the title, Prepping for War. Though this part of the series should be called Prepping for Endless Amounts of Filler. Jeez. We just got through a 50-episode filler arc with the Bound arc, and I just was like, actually, it's 46, whatever. And after like 15 episodes of canon stuff, we gotta go back to filler land?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's bad enough that the mods still stick around. Why can't Nova just kill them already?
Oh, also, time to address this. So Afro Man actually was Keith in episode 80, and we corrected ourselves looking like idiots. So that's always fun. Just
Does
figured
it really
that out of the
matter?
way. No, but we need to be right, damn it. Because otherwise...
You gotta be a right-sider.
If we're not right, then we're wrong. And being wrong is... well, pretty normal, actually. Anyway... So where we last left off, Yamamoto was telling them about the Soul Key and everything, and then he's like, Hitsugaya, stick around! Ichimaru wants to speak, someone wants to speak to you. Yes, and it's Momo.
An unhinged little girl.
Yay. Okay, time to address this. I probably think it would have been better if Momo stayed dead after Aizen stabbed her. I know they said before Anohana was like, oh, well, she's recovering fine, but she was badly injured back in Ep 63 at the end of the Soul Society arc, but I still think it would have worked better if Momo died. Oh no, would have increased the stake. And, not made us have this scene here of Momo asking Hitsugaya, do you really have to kill Aizen? I'm sure whatever he's doing, it's for a good reason. Come on, he's a good man!
Yeah, he murdered all those people. I mean, he did you a favor by doing it, but he still killed all those people.
He's a good man trying to kill the Soul King. It's a good reason.
Yeah, Yushi would have made a better lieutenant.
I love how Yamamoto cuts her off and goes, oh, sorry about that. I didn't think she'd go full-blown stupid. Get this bitch out of here. She needs to go back into rehab.
Yeah. She needs something.
I'm starting to think she has a Chinosei syndrome, honestly, with how she worships Aizen, even though Aizen tried to kill her.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, moving on from that, Orihime finds the Visored hideout and is able to slip into the barrier because her powers work very similarly to Hachi's. And yeah, she forms a Chigo of all the stuff going on with the whole Soul Key and everything. And how they have till winter and all that stuff. And Ichigo's like, alright, cool. I'm gonna train harder now. Come on, Hiyori. Kick my ass some more.
I can almost use my mask for 11 seconds now.
No, I think it's only 4 seconds at this point. And they're even like, wow, he went up half a second. That's really good. Oh, and you find out Mashiro didn't even have to go through this training at all and could already maintain her mask for 15 hours or something. I guess.
Yeah. That's what makes her special.
Yeah. Orihime leaves, gets kidnapped by Yoruichi and brought to the training ground, where Chad and Renji are training. Because, you know, Chad and Renji. And, yeah, Of course, you got Renji talking to Urahara in the flashback, like, why do I have to train him? You got Bankai, you train him. And Urahara's like, oh, I'm lazy. That my Bankai would probably kill him. It's not good for training. But Dai, you know what that means? That means Urahara has a Bankai.
No. Really?
And Renji confirms Urahara was the captain of Squad 12 before. Something we already knew, but whatever. Sure.
You mean a captain has a Bankai? Holy shit.
Well, except Kenpachi. But he doesn't need a Bankai. He's Kenpachi.
His existence is a Bankai.
Yeah. So, Urahara basically has a sit down with Orihime when she arrives and is like, you need to sit out of this upcoming battle. You can't do it anymore. I mean, something we didn't talk about last time was Orihime tried using Tsubaki, or the Wallace spirit of hers, to attack Yami.
And then he died.
Yeah, he shattered. So he's like, you can't even attack, and we don't need your healing powers.
About their spirits being written off. They barely exist at this point.
Yeah, and her healing powers, Urahara confirms, are basically irrelevant because they have Squad 4, and Squad 4 also trained for combat if worse came to worse. Orihime really can't do it.
I mean, what, she killed Hollow?
Yeah, she killed Barbara Goodson. But, yeah, I got... Chad is just trying to defend her here and slipping really deep into his normal Jameson Price voice with this rant. I guess he just gave up and is like, oh, screw it, it's been 50 episodes. I don't think anyone cares anymore.
No one cares, it's just Chad.
But he eventually relents, and Orihime runs off.
Yeah.
And of course, Renji is trying to tell Chad, he's like, come on, man, you know, I mean, Orihime can't hurt anyone. It's fucking Orihime. Just look at her.
Little do they know, her body count's gonna go up by the end of this set.
Yeah, but Orihime runs into Rukia, and they have a talk. And, yeah, Rukia gives her a pep talk, basically saying, you know, you helped us all the way in Soul Society. You, Chad, Uryu, Ichigo. She skips Ganju, which I thought was mean. Come on.
No. Oh, please, no one cares about Ganju anymore.
He can turn shit to sand!
His send-off was having his boar murdered by Squad 4.
You heartless bitch, how could you? Yeah. Of course, well, during this talk, Orihime gets abducted by Best Girl Hiyori and brought back to Visorland. And
Yeah.
it's here where Hachi basically informs Orihime, your powers are very similar to mine.
That's weird. I thought I was the only one with these powers.
Yeah.
No wonder you got through my barrier.
And he basically says, you should be able to heal your Tsubaki fairy, but I'll do it for you, I guess. We're gonna find out Orihime's abilities kind of manipulate space.
Yeah.
And she can basically reject things that she doesn't agree with or something to revert it back to its original state. And Hachi's like, that power's similar to mine. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't think you should be in the next upcoming battle, though. But are you sure you want to do it? Yes, I want to be in this fight. Alright, good luck with that. And it just makes you think, wasn't this going to build up to Hachi agreeing to train her or mentor her?
No.
I don't know.
I mean, she already killed 3 people, because those Soul Reapers she knocked out were never seen again.
Yeah, Orihime's hardcore.
I think not.
And she killed Tsubaki and had to revive him, because she made him charge at Yami.
Okay, that's just dumb. No, get out of here.
I mean, she keeps using Tsubaki even though it never works. Remember, he even got killed by Mr. Windscythe over there, or severely injured.
Yeah.
You figured she would have learned not to rely on him. Yeah.
Well, because she has no intent to kill or whatever.
Well, upon leaving, she runs into Rukia, and they agree to go back to the Soul Society in order to train. So they could get stronger for the upcoming battle. Which obviously is what Ichigo's doing, Renji and Chad are doing it. And, yeah, now it's time for Fillerland. Oh boy, Fillerland.
One of them in particular is really good, am I right?
So first, we have what is dubbed the Matsumoto arc for Rangiku's thing, I guess? A 4-episode mini filler arc where Rangiku comes upon a hollow and a Shota literally named Shota.
Brilliant.
But they're voiced by Aaron Fitzgerald. Again!
Classic Bleach.
Well, Ikaku shows up, murks this hollow, and they're like, okay, that's the end of it. Oh, and also Rangiku's Gigai hits on a store clerk or something because it's a literal whore. Yeah, everyone's Gigai has their own unique personality trait, and it's kind of hilarious.
And it wasn't Uehara behind it, allegedly.
According to the post-credits scenes, it was Yachiru that trolled everyone, which I can actually believe that. She fucked with the soul candies. Yeah, so Rangiku's is a whore that wants to sleep with any man. Yumitsuka's, isn't his psychotic and wants to kill everyone?
Yeah, it's just for anyone who looks at him.
Yeah, Ikaku's is a literal beta male pussy, which is hilarious, because that's the complete opposite of him.
He doesn't want to fight anyone. Fighting's scary.
And Hitsugaya's is... Actually, what the hell is Hitsugaya's? Do we even get anything on that one?
I don't know. I think he's like a sloth.
Yeah, lazy. Okay, so anyways, we find out that Shota, that's such a dumb name for this character, apparently is trying to track down his sister, because they had a run-in with this hollow before or something like that. And this hollow, by the way, shockers, isn't dead, because it has the ability to infinitely clone itself. Oh, and this hollow is voiced by David Lodge, I guess. What, Kenpachi's not going to be in this set for a very long time, so might as well use him, right?
Yeah. Don't forget, Yachiru had Nemu make them.
Oh yeah, Yachiru had Nemu make the soul candies too. From research and development. Actually, they haven't done shit either for a while. I mean, they are in this arc. Hitsugaya communicates with them, and one of them is, of course, voiced by Travis Willingham. Again, giving exposition on what this hollow is able to do.
We didn't ever talk about this guy in the last part.
Because he didn't really have much to work with until now.
Outside of a line.
Yeah. But yeah, so... they eventually track down Yui, or Shota's younger sister, voiced by Laura Bailey.
So it begins.
And, yeah, Shota and Yui were apparently in a car accident with their parents, and all of them died. And Shota and Yui remained as souls behind on this earth or whatever.
The car fell down some stairs.
I hate you so much. The fact that that's used so much as an excuse in Bleach. Why?
Because it knows you.
But hey, Hitsugaya stumbles upon a soul of a guy who's really scared, and it turns out it was the cloning Arrancar in disguise. That's literally what this thing is called, by the way, on every official thing. It's just cloning Arrancar. They didn't even give it a name.
Well, it doesn't deserve one.
And hey, according to Shota, Yui was killed by, or, I mean, left behind. He ran away when Yui was alone with this Arrancar because he was too scared to help her. the Arrancar can transform and disguise itself as spirits. Yui also knew how to play, what was it, the flute?
Yeah.
And the Arrancar uses flute sound effects in order to manipulate people's mind. I'm sure it's perfectly fine to bring Yui back to their little hideout with them, where all the Soul Reapers are hanging. Nothing will go wrong. Oh boy, spoilers and shocks of all kinds! Yui was the cloning hollow all along! And
no way.
Apparently she had strong spiritual pressure, which is why the hollow devoured her, and he wants to devour Shota too, because since they're from the same family, they've got very similar spiritual power, which is why Yuzu has no spiritual power in Ichigo's family. Oh, wait a minute. I mean, yes, this makes sense.
It makes sense if you don't think about it.
I mean, I guess Karin has some spiritual abilities from Ichigo's family, so maybe... I don't know. Anyway...
she's seen that cat get run over.
Yeah, that stupid filler.
Well, I mentioned that for a very specific reason.
Yeah, so...
We'll see why later.
This whole filler follows Rangiku's relationship with the Shota. And it's okay, I guess. Obviously it ends with Shota chasing after Yui, her turning out to be controlled by the cloning Arrancar, and them saving him, and helping the two of them pass on. It's a very basic filler arc. Not terrible, but very average at best. At least it's better than the Matsu arc.
Like you'd even have to fucking try.
Hey, at least this arc gave Ikaku and Yumichika something to do. They had to kill a bunch of clones. And Reggie shows up at the very end like, oh hey, this is what you guys have been doing. Let me kill some clones too! But yeah, basic, but at least it's short at only 4 eps. The next filler episodes, though, are basically one-offs that follow each character. First one following Karin, and they're having a soccer game against David Vincent and Vic Mignogna's team. Yeah, but of course her opponents are David Vincent and Vic Mignogna, because damn it, fucking Studiopolis.
Ad voices are too expensive.
Oh, and Quentin Flynn is on her team. And apparently the rivaling teams agree that whoever loses has to give up the field and eat some grass.
And Kondo's all about eating grass.
Don't you mean eating ass?
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, it wouldn't be an episode without one of the characters being featured predominantly in it, so Hitsugai is here. And, of course, he's being framed as the bad boy. So Karin's immediately attracted to him. And all of her friends think he dyed his hair, and that he bleached it. And he's just sitting there constantly on his soul phone. Or something, I don't know.
Get it? Soul phone? Wow.
What does he do on that thing? Like, the whole episode, every scene he's in, he's on the damn thing. What, is he just looking around for Arrancars on it? What's up?
Probably just waiting for a hollow sighting because he's bored.
Yeah, but it sounds like he's mashing rapidly on it. What, is he playing solitaire on it?
It's probably a communication device, too.
I mean, like, okay, so he's probably texting on it, I guess, sure. Anyway, of course they try convincing him to join the soccer team because they're a player short. Which You all know how this story structure works. He doesn't do it until the final game starts and Karin gets injured, so he reluctantly joins in. And they win the day. Thus, they don't have to eat any grass. Yeah.
Also, some random hollow shows up.
Yeah.
Gets disarmed.
Yep, the arm counter's up. Oh, and Karin asks Hitsugaya if he knows where Ichigo is, because that's her older brother, and Hitsugaya's like, wait, you're related to him? Well, that makes sense, with how driven you are and everything. I'm sure he's fine, I don't know where he is.
He's in a warehouse.
Yeah, and Karin goes on saying that she knows he's a Soul Reaper and can see everything.
Oh.
Which, if not mistaken, does get carried over. So I think this was an omake, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Or a filler that they just decided to keep in canon.
I mean, they sure love bringing back Cardia, so who knows?
Okay. Oh, also real quick, since Rangiku's here and we just finished her arc, one of the things I noticed with this set going forward is her Zanpakuto call used to be Roar Heineko, now they changed it to Growl Heineko. Probably because they realized it was too close to Renji's thing. Oh no.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But hey, it's time for the next filler episode, and this one is honestly amazing.
Okay.
It's Ikkaku gets roped in by Keigo's sister to training a kendo team for an upcoming match that they have against a rival school.
Yeah. Because the other team members were jumped.
Except not really, because they introduced it. Yeah, they kept saying, we were ambushed! How's it an ambush if they introduced themselves first? It was an ambush! And of course, it's Ikkaku, so he's telling all of them, he's like, I'm gonna make all of you into real men by the end of this. None of this beta shit.
Cue training montage.
You'll ever see Cobra Kai? You should go watch it if you haven't. This is literally the Cobra Kai episode. Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't know. I don't think he had him chased by dogs.
Give it time.
He ends up training all of them, except for one, too hard. They're all dead.
Yeah.
On the inside.
Yeah, and one of them's like, oh, I got this. I want to be a real man. And their name is Shinji. Who named this guy? We already have a visor with a very similar name. Who's prominently featured in this arc.
Fuck, if you look close enough, you can see him at the end of the episode, probably.
And no one was unable to find out who voices this filler dude, but it doesn't matter. So of course, because half the team's injured, yeah, they had to get people to help out. So, Renji, Hitsugaya, and wasn't Chad there too?
No.
Yeah, Chad. Chad. He was, but he didn't do it, so they had to get Keigo.
Because he doesn't fight for fighting. He's not fight sexual.
Yeah. Kenpachi would hate him. So, of course, Renji wins his match. Hitsugaya wins his match. Keigo is Keigo. So, he runs away like a bitch. And he's like, yeah, I'm not getting hurt. And he gets hurt anyways, because it's Keigo. And a hollow happens to show up during this, leaving Shinji.
Not just a hollow, a penis.
Oh yeah, Menos. Which you keep calling the penis nose.
Find the Igor nose.
That works. So, Ikkaku keeps saying, even if you lose, it's fine. I'll just win in the final match. And, yeah, Shinji ends up winning. So when Ikkaku gets back from the hollow, He's super mad he doesn't get his turn, because the kendo match is over.
Then he just beats up everyone on the other team.
Yep, and because... What?
And don't forget the punchline, the captain of his team was his sister's ex-boyfriend.
Maybe it's a bald woman, you never know.
He was wearing a toupee.
So yes, she did this whole scheme just to get payback on her ex-boyfriend.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because Ikaku beats the hell out of everyone, Karakura Town School loses the game in the end. I just love it. You heard him, right? He's like, the decision's being changed because Karakura Town School was too stupid.
Yeah, it kind of is.
But okay, so yeah, that's the episode.
When you have Ichigo over there in the top, within the top 10 on your test scores, I think your school is pretty good. Or Orihime.
No, he was 23. Chad was number 10.
Yeah.
Orihime was number 3.
Yeah. But you have Orihime in the top 3, and well, she's Orihime.
Yeah.
I think your school is fucked.
I don't know, this filler works because it's dumb and over the top, but everyone still remains in character.
Oh no, we're moving on to the next show. I mean filler.
Yeah. So... Oh, real quick, I guess last thing. If anyone's wondering why Yumichika and Rangiku didn't help out, because the kendo equipment smelled too much, and Rangiku hates smelly things getting in her hair, and Yumichika's... Well, Yumichika. Okay, the next filler episode, and it's time to go back to Kakaishi. We're not kidding, by the way.
So, you know the episode with the baker from Kakaishi? It is literally that episode.
So, we're following one of the members of Squad 12, Reen, voiced by Julianne Taylor. Again, damn it. Studiopolis. At least she's doing a different voice.
We already went over this change before.
Well...
Pretty sure.
If we didn't, there we go. It's Julianne Taylor. And... yeah... They task Rin to go to the world of the living and do some investigating with Hanataro from Squad 4. And I'm pretty sure this is his only involvement for the next while. Sorry, Hinataro. So yeah, when they arrive in the world of the living, and Yumichika's there, because it's a Yumichika-centric episode too, they run into the spirit of a baker, and he won't move on until he makes one of his relatives, I think in this case it's his mom, a cake, one of his trademark cakes, so she'll finally be able to accept one last gift from her son so he can move on and she can get on with her life too. It's literally the plot of Kakaishi, one of the Kakaishi episodes.
I can't even make this up.
Yeah.
Do we even need to go say any more than that?
Yeah.
Since it's literally that episode.
Well, except none of these idiots can bake, so they're having to learn, and they do the montage where all the cakes they make are shit. Because in Kakaishi, Yoshimori, or the main in that, knows how to cook really well. So it's more for him about making the right recipe. For these idiots, it's about learning how to make a cake, period. But yeah, the premise is literally the exact same.
Their cakes were so bad that Renji and Chad were hiding from them.
Yep, because they forced them to eat them. Oh, and of course Reen only reason for wanting to go to the world of the living is because he has a sweet tooth. And they want to eat all the cakes they can. But, no, they make the cake eventually, get ready to deliver it to his mom, and she's all like, I'm sorry, I can't eat this. Causing the spirit to get really angry and draw a hollow to them. Is this another Dick Nose hollow?
No.
Okay, so it wasn't a Minos? I don't know.
Actually, yeah. Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
They made him Mano so it looked like it had steaks, but it's really just silly.
Yeah, because Yumichika's here.
Not...
And Hinata, we finally get to see what his Zanpakuto does in action. If he heals someone, it fills the gauge in his sword. When it's all the way filled up with red, he can unleash all of those injuries onto whoever he attacks with it as a one-time thing.
That makes sense for a Squad 4 sword.
Yeah, so it gets one badass attack, but the rest of the time it's just used to heal.
And after he uses it, it turns into a tiny scalpel.
Yep. Well, they end up killing the Menos. Of course, the mom ends up eating the cake. Yeah, the mom ends up eating the cake, and she can see the spirit now because of a tool Rin carried with him that lets people see spirits or something when they're around, so he doesn't need to use a Gigai. And yeah, they tried treating it like it's something canon because Rin had to analyze stuff to use against the Arrancars, but it's not. It's filler as shit. Also, I get the feeling that someone at the writing staff on the filler team was like, hey, what other shonens are going on right now? Kakaishi, I got it. Got an idea for a filler, you guys.
Let's rip off this episode.
It literally felt like watching a Kakaishi episode with a Bleach skin. But alright, we're finally... Oh, and if anyone's wondering, we couldn't tell who voiced the spirit. I don't even know the guy's name, so it doesn't matter. But we're finally at this episode!
No, I'm pretty sure it was Dimple over there.
You mean Michael Sorage?
Yeah. Oh my god, is that who voiced the spirit in Kakaishi?
Might have been.
Maybe?
That would have been amazing. I don't know. Doesn't matter, though. I hope so, though, because that would be hilariously stupid. But yeah, just swap out Rin, Hinataro, and Yumichika with Yoshimori and Tokine from Kakaishi, and it's basically the same fucking plot. But it's finally here. The filler that I loved so much. This filler fucking sucks.
So you ready for a nothing episode?
It's a Cone filler. And they try having Ron Giku here. That's not even
the problem with it.
Oh yeah, Kone's amazing. I love Kone. They try having Ron Giku here to keep it somewhat relevant, but no, she's barely here at all. Apparently, Kone gets trapped in the stuffed animal of some girl named Miyuki, voiced by Kate Higgins, by the way. Because of course. And she, of course, puts him through hell, and he makes comments like, is she in league with Ichigo's sister? And Miyuki has a tragic backstory.
Whole episode.
Yep. Miyuki has no friends because, her mom works late nights, probably as a hooker or something, I wouldn't be surprised, and her dad walked out on them. Oh, and her dog got hit by a car. Seriously, what the fuck is with that? I'm starting to think someone had a traumatic experience with cars on this staff. So, in the Yuzu filler, the cat got hit by a car.
Yep.
In the filler with Shota and Rangiku and them, Shota and his family got in a car accident and all died. And now in this episode, the family dog got hit by a car. Actually, I think it was a truck, meaning it's probably been isekai'd already and is being the legend of its own story or something. But the point is, alright, what is wrong with these people? Couldn't you just say the dog passed from old age or something?
This is not the way to do a Cone episode. This was just a waste of time.
Oh, it was. So, Cone and Miyuki go back to her old place where she used to live and everyone was happy. And apparently the place has a cursed object or something, so it summons an Arrancar. Or not Arrancar, fucking Menos again, right?
No, just a hollow. A two-headed dog.
I really thought the show was gonna go where the dog was the hollow.
dog wasn't. The dog wasn't in an isekai. The dog was half a hollow the whole time. It's dumb.
Rangiku, of course, shows up at the last minute before Kon could get killed by this thing. And Kon tries telling her, he's like, okay, I'm not going to be able to talk anymore. I'm sorry, you're on your own, but you need to go make new friends. Stop living trapped in your room or something. And then Kon gets put back in his old stuffed animal body. And Miyuki is never heard from again, neither is this episode, thank fuck. It's dead.
It belongs back there with the mod soul fillers.
I'd honestly take that over this, because at least those had some comedic banter that worked.
Kon can't carry a whole episode of nothing.
I know what they were going for here, but this was not the way to do it. But okay, now it's time for fillers that actually genuinely made me angry, and it's because of all the wasted potential here with this filler.
What?
The Arrancar Rebellion mini-arc.
Oh, so that was a filler?
Yeah. Okay, so there's a small faction in the Arrancars that don't approve of Aizen taking over because he's a Soul Reaper. This actually makes sense and could work very well if done correctly. In fact, I actually wish this was the entire 10 episodes of filler we got, instead of, well, last episode speaks for itself with Kon. And of course, the leader of these Arrancars is voiced by J.B. Blanc again, for fuck's sake.
Enrico!
And he seemingly kills Ukiura, dead serious, because Ukiura refuses to join him, and he steals the Hyogyoku.
Oh no, he doesn't kill him. His Yasmin kill Ukiura.
Oh, that's what it is? Okay. I thought he was for a minute.
So it's even worse.
Like, holy shit, and it makes you think, though, talk about starting off strong. Clearly this is going to go somewhere. I mean, this guy took down one of the Espada and stole the Hyogyoku. This is going to throw things into disarray. If only. So they go to the world of the living to find the one who made the Hyogyoku, Urahara, and ask him how to use its power. Otherwise, it's a paperweight to them. And if you're going to ask who voices the other Arrancars with him, they don't matter. We don't know. They get killed immediately.
Well, we know one, but we'll be talking about them later.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they're also an Espada.
Yep.
Classic Bleach.
Okay, so one of these guys ends up fighting Ikkaku, while Yumichika stands there and is like, you keep calling all the fights, when am I going to get a chance to fight? Probably when the staff know the true ability of your Zanpakuto.
So, not anytime soon.
I mean, it's obvious why they keep giving the same people the fights each time. It's because they know how their abilities work. Which is probably smart. Otherwise, if they did make Yumichika fight and they did something he couldn't do, it would create a plot hole or something.
Okay, so now let's get on to why these people are so irrelevant.
Oh yeah, Hitsugaya fights one of them too.
By the way, they get defeated without any of the lieutenants needing a release.
Well, except Renji. He gets to fight against, Petros? I think that's the J.B. Blanc thing, his name.
Yeah, but he still didn't have his power limiter released.
Oh, you mean go take Hachijo? Yeah, I thought that was always released at this point, our permanent thing. They have to get it approved every time.
As we establish, we get back to canon, they need to ask for it to be released. It's instant, but they still need to ask for it.
Yeah. Honestly, this Renji fight's okay. It's clear that they were trying to give Renji something.
Is what I would say if they didn't be like, look guys, the mod souls.
Hey, at least they're doing something.
They're doing something. They're interrupting a Renji fight with their scenes that lead
Hey, we had double
nothing.
Renji because of Kuroto's transformation, and that is silly and it's amazing.
Also, why does he keep turning into Renji?
Maybe him and Renji are bros. Like, maybe behind the scenes, you know, they go out for drinks or something. I don't know.
It's Kuroto.
Oh, yeah,
He's
so
probably
JB Blanc's
putting them-
ability, we can actually... Does he ever... Yeah, you saw his release form, right? The hell does he turn into?
Yes.
Yeah, he even displays, like, when each... my Zanpakuto works in levels, it could go up to level 20, because someone was clearly playing D&D that week or something, I don't know.
But he can store up energy by having his Zanpakuto sheath and then launch it out as an energy wave.
Yeah, and this guy thought he was going to take down Aizen and, I don't know, defeat all of Wako Mundo and become its king.
Yeah. Also, spoiler alert. Yukiura wasn't even there. It was an Aizen illusion.
Yeah, created by Zanpakuto. He also stole a copy of the Hyogyo-kun, not the real thing, which, honestly, I'm fine with this scheme. It makes sense for Aizen to do that to thin out the people wanting to rebel against him, and...
Yeah, let's have the people who aren't loyal get murked, and have other people do it for us. It's a win-win.
Yeah, and if the people you want to get killed, causing the insurrection, just so happen to kill the Soul Reapers too, either way, it's a win-win for you. So, yeah, it makes sense. But... of course, the mod souls are the ones who end up helping Renji by getting the sword away from him so he can't put it in his sheath to store up energy, and Renji kills him.
Also, we have a scene of them panning over to the crash site with Uehara there because Yukiura is there investigating something.
Yep. So it at least makes this feel a little more relevant to canon material. And at the end of the whole thing, Ukiura is like, "Alright, Aizen, it's as you suspected. Shall we move forward with the plan?" "Yep, let's get back to canon now."
Yay!
Honestly, though, what a disappointing filler arc. This had the most potential out of all of them. You could have had factions split with the Arrancars, and even given us some of the, like, legit fights. Like, we saw how Grimmjow's abilities work, kind of. You could have had him fight one of the Arrancars rebelling. I don't know. Or Yami, even though Yami's an idiot, giving him something to do. But hey, I'll give them props. They had 10 episodes straight with barely any Ichigo because he's off training. Or Ruki and Orihime because they're off training. But alright. Time for canon material. And we're almost done, actually. This is the last major events.
Yeah, and then we somehow got an episode of Kakaishi mixed in here for some reason.
Yeah. Except, instead of Yumichika, it should have been Ikaku that was themed in that episode. Then we could have really had Yoshimori back. Okay. So, first, we have Ukiura asked to invade the world of the living and choose the Espadas to bring with him. So, Yami goes, Grimmjow goes, a new hollow that... What? What?
No, it wasn't Yukiura.
Yeah, I thought he told Ukiura to decide who to bring with him on this mission while he goes off and does his own thing. Wasn't it?
Oh, it was the other Espada.
Oh, alright. Well, either way, Ukiura is off doing his own thing during this, so Grimmjow, Yami,
It could have been, who knows?
A new Arrancar he just made called Wonderwise, and I know Dai's been waiting for us to get to him. Wonderwise is Chris Smith, again, but honestly, this one works fine. Chris Smith actually has great vocal range, and I'm disappointed he's not used more. Especially with
And this character
Wonderwise.
doesn't even talk.
Yeah, he just goes, ah, blah, blah, blah. He's the drooling idiot type, but yeah, I think it works really well and it's hilarious. And I guess the leader of their group, Loopy, the new Espada 6, because after Grimmjow lost an arm, he got kicked out of the Espada. Oh yeah, and Yami got his arm back after being cut off earlier. Ukiura brought his arm back for him and is like, "You're lucky I brought your arm back for you. Otherwise you would have been kicked out of the Espada, you idiot."
Apparently losing an arm loses...
A shit ton of power? I mean, you'd have a huge disadvantage in a fight, sure. I don't think Grimmjow should feel bad, though. He could join Def Leppard. What?
Yeah. Grimmjow goes with them. You'll never guess how that ends up.
Yeah, so Loopy, the newest Spada 6, is voiced by... Oh, jeez, why? Michael St. Nicholas. Anyway.
He was one of the irrelevant yes men that got murked.
Yeah, so kind of makes following that filler arc a little stupid. Oh yeah, those yes men got murked off screen, by the way. They just showed up randomly during the JB Blanc Renji fight.
They crashed through the roof of the training area, and then they just died seconds later from the residual effects of their fight, I guess.
Okay. So
like, oh, we gotta get out of here. They're coming. Then they just die.
Yep. Wasted. Okay, so Michael St. Nicholas, however you pronounce that, is probably most known for being Sasuke. Oh wait, no, that's Sasuke and Sengoku Basara. Never mind. Actually, isn't he Chris Thorndike? The teenage version, maybe. But he was Dagger and Black Butler, as well as everyone's favorite character, Satoshi in Eden of the East. And he was in both dubs of One Piece.
There's also in some movie no one's heard of. No one watched Your Name.
He's the main male protag of Your Name, whose name I can't remember off the top of my head, because stupid reasons, I guess.
Also, he's in some show all of you need to watch. Go watch Tiger and Bunny, you debutantes.
Yep, Origami Cyclone. But okay, so Luffy's the new 6 Espada, and for some reason people confuse him for a girl, so I guess if you want to call Luffy a trap, good on you. Sure.
Yes, that makes sense.
Well, when they arrive, Grimmjow immediately goes off to find Ichigo. Speaking of Ichigo, when we get back to him...
His Grimmjow senses are tingling.
Yeah, and you get love going on about Fist of the North Star. Going on about how great it is that, you know, you're already dead. Such a profound line. You see, because they're already dead, and they don't even know it. Because they're dead. It works.
Why did you have to quote the same word for word?
Because it's amazing! It's so dumb! And Rojiro over there is like, do you have to spoil my manga before I get a chance to read them? This is why I hate letting you borrow my books.
Yeah. It's okay, we'll pan over to Wonder Why soon.
Oh, yeah, and of course, Best Girl Hiyori and Shinji are yelling at Ichigo, don't go out there, Ichigo, you can only last 11 seconds, you'll get murked! And she's like, I can't.
Girl indeed.
My lover Grimmjow is calling to me!
I hope I can last more than 11 seconds with him, or this would be awkward.
Ichigo is a two-pump chump indeed. But yeah. Let's see. Luffy ends up fighting Hitsugaya, Rangiku, Yumichika, and Ikaku.
They're a tentacle monster.
Meanwhile, Yami and Wonder Wise are just standing by, while Urahara tells Renji, Renji, you're too weak. You've been training Chad this whole time. You're at your limit. I'll go fight for you. Meaning I'm not going to be lazy at this moment.
Oh, something everyone's probably been asking for.
Oh, and in Soul Society, Rukia and Orihime agree that they need to rush back to the world of the living for some reason, even though they already have Soul Reaper stationed there. I don't know why they're in such a hurry this time. Rukia, of course, goes back immediately with a Hell Butterfly, so she can basically teleport there. Well, Orihime has to go through the Senkaimon. We'll get back to that in a while, though. Because we got fights to do. Oh, one last thing real quick. When Ichigo is training with the Vizards, I think someone might have fucked up. I told you about this. When Shinji's like, you've been training for 1 month. We have till December. That's 2 months away. And then when it cuts to Ukitake watching Ruki and Orihime train, we only have 4 months left. Did someone fuck up on the concept of time?
Oh, we're gonna fuck up on the concept of time. How long is 11 seconds?
Okay, yeah, we'll get back to the fights for the silliness to continue. So, of course, Ichigo and Grimmjow meet up, and, you know, they're dick measuring, where Ichigo's like, what happened to your arm? I only need 1 arm to finish you. Woof. And Ichigo's like, well, I gave you that scar. Let's have a fuck. You see, they're really hitting on each other here. They like each other a lot.
Yeah, they really do. Told you, this is Ichigo's in a harem. It just happens to be all guys.
And I guess Orihime's part of it too. Yeah, so Luffy versus everybody. He releases his Zanpakuto while Hitsugaya goes Bankai.
The tentacle monster.
Yep, he becomes a tentacle monster and seemingly one-shots Hitsugaya with his 8 tentacles. Tentacli? Something. I love how even the narrator of the next episode, he defeated Hitsugaya handedly.
Except that he didn't. Hitsugaya was just building up an attack and waiting.
Yeah, while Rangiku, Ikkaku, and Yumichiko were distracting Luffy. Although, to be honest, they do a good job making Luffy threatening, since he is an Espada. Kinda can't have them all be jokes, right, yeah. Yami? Who Luffy called Yami for some reason. Yami. Can I call him Yami from now on?
Sure.
I know it's spelled Yami, but no, it's spelled Yami, guys. Anyway. But of course, Urahara shows up right when Luffy's about to kill them. And right when he's gonna go fight Urahara, he gets cut too by Yami, because Yami wants to have a fight.
Yami's mad at him for cutting his fight all the way back at the beginning of all this.
Yep. Oh, and Wonder Wise is there just going, the whole time. And I love Urahara's like, hey, don't take this the wrong way, but your friend's really odd.
He was trying to eat a butterfly or something.
Did we even see what Wonder Wise could do during this?
He just accidentally used a Arrancar ability. The Phantom Punch thing.
Yeah. And Yami tries hitting Urahara with a bola, which is just a weaker version of a Cero.
Yeah. Except it's just a Phantom Punch, if you think about it. You literally just launch out punches. And he did it rapidly. So Urahara's totally dead. Yep. And Philly shows up to troll the shit out of Yami. And it's like, are you wondering how that didn't work? A portable gi guy I developed myself. That's what you were hitting this whole time, buddy. Yeah, Urahara is one of the worst opponents to go up against because he's such a trolling dick, and I think we can all love the lazy badass trope, right? I mean, look at Dante. It was only lazy in DMC4 because the opponents were so weak.
I mean, and the anime too, I guess.
Anthony, you're a hunter?
Fuck you. Anyway. Yeah, so Urahara, he could have killed Yami here, honestly, but he was just dicking around with him.
Yeah.
And Luffy gets hit from behind with Hitsugai's ultimate attack from his Bankai. Do we count tentacles getting cut off?
No. It's okay, we got 2 more coming up, though.
Yep. So back in the Senkai mode with Orihime, Soul Society stabilized it for her, and she's being escorted by 2 Soul Reapers. One of them is voiced by Tony Oliver. Remember that, it's going to be really stupid. And they end up running into Ukiora. And of course, the 2 Soul Reapers are nameless guards, so you know how well this goes.
Disarmed.
So yes, Tony Oliver just murked himself and cut off his own arm. Damn it, Studiopolis, did no one see how dumb this would be? He's doing a different voice, I guess, but still. Orihime does end up healing the Soul Reapers before Ukiora gives her the whole thing of you have no rights. You are going to come with me whether you like it or not. Otherwise, I'll just murk your friends.
He also calls her a little girl.
Yeah, and says the line that she needs to go with him. Sure, someone's gonna clip that.
Out of context clips.
Yeah, so Ukiora captures Orihime and brings her back to Wako Mundo, because Aizen took interest in her abilities. Well, but before that, he tells her she has permission to say goodbye to one person, and no one can see her with the device he gave her in the world of the living. So she's invisible.
Yeah.
But before that stuff happens, before she gets a chance to react, we get back to Grimmjow and Ichigo's fuck.
Oh.
11 seconds, right?
Yeah. Oh, and he's wiping the floor with Grimmjow, showing that the mask is an upgrade indeed.
Yep. I love how Ichigo, by the way, is like, I don't have time to explain what this power is to you. I don't have much time with this mask. It's like, but you have time to say that? Damn it, anime tropes. So, of course, his mask shatters and he can't go back into it anymore. And he basically expended all this spiritual pressure. But before Grimmjow can kill Ichigo, Rukia shows up.
To put him on ice.
Yeah. Except it's Grimmjow, so that goes about as well as expected.
Yeah.
But it's alright because Shinji shows up.
Oh, Shinji's about to peak, guys.
And no, we don't mean the Shinji from the Kendo episode. Damn it, why? Stupid names. And yep, Shinji puts on his visored mask, and he shows that the visors too can do Seros.
I don't know how often they utilize them. And
Grimmjow gets owned. Especially because he was exhausted from his fight with Ichigo anyways.
But he's about to release his Zanpakuto, but then the fight is cocked.
Yep, Ukiora shows up saying the mission's complete, we got what we came for. Time to go home. And Yami, Wonderwise, and Luffy, who's still alive, all retreat too.
You mean Luffy, who probably would have been dead if Ichigo was able to finish him off before the Savior laser showed up?
Yep. Okay, so now we're on the Aftermath episodes. Of course, everyone is severely injured. Ichigo is brought back to his home because the Visors say there's not much they can really do for him. That'd be better for him to recover at his house.
Without anyone with spiritual pressure to interfere.
Which is why Rukia and Ichigo's dad are there, and Karin, who has her own spiritual pressure, kind of. Sure. Anyway. Of course, Chad and Renji are training. Uryu this whole time is still with his dad. Oh, yeah, speaking of that. Uryu gets shot with an arrow.
All it took was getting shot with an arrow to get his Quincy powers back.
Yep, his dad explains in his inner monologue that when a Quincy to return their powers, they must be completely drained of all spiritual pressure, and then you must shoot them a few, inches off from their heart. Sure, makes sense. We'll go with it, I guess.
sure. It's not like we haven't used this literally a few episodes back with Ichigo as an explanation for his visor training.
Did they?
Yeah, they were trying to expend all his spiritual pressure.
Oh, that's what you mean, yeah. Yeah, with the super Hiyori
It's essentially
trainer.
the same thing.
Yep. I honestly think that is something a lot of these people teaching in Bleach could learn from. They don't explain this to the people they're training. It's like, go with it. Why? Because go with it or shut off. If you explained it, they might be more willing and stop resisting. Guys are terrible teachers.
I mean, Ichigo even knew what they're doing because he's not a dumbass.
Stupid Super Goku. Anyway. So, Orihime is wandering around. She's invisible and has 12 hours to say goodbye to one person. Only one. I don't know how Ukiura would know if she said goodbye to more than one person, but...
that bracelet probably has trace... You can trace what she's saying, too.
Yeah. So Orihime wanders around, sees Tatsuki, who... Yeah... Orihime feels bad for Tatsuki constantly being left out of everything. Of course, Keigo being stupid in the classroom, because it's Keigo.
Classic Yosuke.
And, yeah, Orihime eventually, of course, goes back to say bye to Ichigo. And, of course, confesses her feelings to him while he's unconscious.
As you do.
And she heals his wounds completely. And we're about to get to where this is really fucking stupid and why Yamamoto's an idiot.
Big dumb. Booga booga.
Oh yeah, Orihime meets Ukiura, or meets up with him, after saying her farewell to Ichigo and saying she loves him. Why are people against this ship again?
Because, Orihime bad, Rukia good.
Alright. To each their own, I guess. Anyway, they go back to Wako Mundo, and Ichigo wakes up completely healed. And they all have a meet-up with Hitsugaya to have a TV virtual call with Yamamoto.
How unfortunate.
And... yeah...
Okay, time to quote Ukiura.
Okay. When Orihime was being abducted by Ukiura, he said the Soul Society's incompetence never ceases to amaze him. I concur with that. So Yamamoto, after finding out Orihime was captured, is like, well, she's not dead. And he goes like, yeah, she's not dead. Maybe she went willingly. No, she didn't go willingly. Look, she healed my wounds before leaving. Oh, well that means she did go willingly. I need no context, Ichimaru. She's automatically a traitor. And of course Ichigo's like, well fine, I'll go save her. Then no, you will not. We need your help in the upcoming war, Ichigo Kurosaki. Ichimaru. Oh, and the rest of you, you're coming back to Soul Society too. You're not helping him either. And Byakuya and Kenpachi enter the room at that exact moment to take Renji, Rukia, and the rest back. I'm actually surprised Kenpachi was able to say, yeah, I'm not gonna fuck you right now, Ichigo. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
So, they all leave, and Yamamoto's like, you better not go after her, Ichigo. We can't risk everything for one human, especially one that is a traitor. You're a tool, Yamamoto.
If only we had a soundboard, because I would record that Ukiura clip.
Okay.
Because it deserved to be playing over that entire scene.
Yeah, so Ichigo, of course, is emo. Again, for another decent reason, unlike you, Bount Arc.
You mean where he was emo, air quotes.
Yeah.
Emo without being emo. It makes sense.
That's my favorite kind of emo.
Everyone says you're emo, you must be emo, despite the fact that you're not.
Okay, so he goes back to school, and yeah, Tatsuki's going, where's Orihime? I can actually sense her spiritual pressure. Or sense her existence. She didn't say spiritual pressure, she just said she knows when Orihime is fine. But now her presence disappeared completely.
Yeah, she was taken off to with the Spaniards.
Yep, Ichigo, of course, is like, mind your own business. Which prompts Tatsuki to hit him really hard. And Ichigo, you kinda deserved that. That was a bit of a dick response. But of course, this actually whips Ichigo back into shape and motivates him to go to Urahara's shop that night. And, yep, Chad and Uryu are here too. It's like a whole reunion, man.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in Waco Mundo, before we get back to that stuff, Aizen is in the room with all the Espada. And he wants to demonstrate Orihime's powers. So he has Orihime heal Grimmjow's arm, and Grimmjow wants his scar healed too, so why not?
I don't know if it's all of them. It's all the ones we know of, I guess.
Yeah. Because the rest haven't been introduced yet. They won't be till next time.
If is what you would say, if they weren't all shown in the last opening.
We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, so Grimmjow, of course, is like, oh, my power's back. What was your name? Luffy? Oh yeah, the former Espada 6, and then he just murks him.
There you go. The body count for Orihime is just rise by a technicality. It still counts.
I love how Luffy is like, you're lucky this fight was cut short, Hitsugai or Soul Reaper, because we'll meet again and I'll defeat you next time!
You mean how you almost died, but you're just saved by the beam?
Yeah. Well... So Grimmjow one-shots him in the most alpha move ever to become the newest Espada 6 again.
You know what they say, no guts, no glory.
I think it was that moment that made me a Grimmjow mark forever after that. Also David Vincent's portrayal
before
of him.
He gets marked, he says, he also tells Orihime to heal his back.
Yeah, the scar, wasn't it? Or was it his back? Yeah.
His back was burned as well.
Yep, because Orihime's ability, like we described earlier, Aizen brings it up. She can revert things back to the way they originally were by manipulating space and I guess time or something. Well, yeah. Orihime is now captured and in Waco Mundo, or Las Noches, as we find out that's the name of Aizen's fortress.
And now we can get to the ending and the opening.
Yeah, go ahead before we wrap this up.
You mean how we're being captured was spoiled in the opening and the first scene of the most recent ending?
Yeah, keep in mind, Orihime doesn't get captured till episode 141. That opening started on 121 and shows Orihime being captured and them running through Waco Mundo.
In fact, it shows the scene we get at the very end of the episode with her looking at the reverse moon. The moon is in reverse in Waco Mundo.
Yep. Also, I guess to wrap up, Ichigo, Chad, and Uryu go through the Senkaimon in the Waco Mundo, or the portal, and Keigo, Tatsuki, and is Mizuita there too? The other one?
Yeah, all three of them.
Yeah. Are there, and Urahara's like, I knew you were there, that's why I left the door unlocked. Oh, Ichigo, you think you could end a friendship just by being a dick. Doesn't work that way. Unless you're a colossal dick. But, yeah, so they saw the whole thing of Ichigo going away. And now that they're in the Senkaimon, Uryu is brought up with the deal that he made with his dad about not working with Soul Reapers. And Uryu explains, well, you see, the Soul Society cut you off, Ichigo, so you're not affiliated with them anymore. Also, you're a substitute. Yep. So that doesn't count. I haven't broken any of my agreements. I like loopholes. Oh, and also, because this Senkaimon is made entirely of reishi, they have to make their own way to walk. Uryu, of course, is a master at it, and Ichigo sucks at it.
Yeah, Uryu over there riding on a fucking hoverboard made of reishi. Yep. Yes, really.
He even says it's a variation of my Hyoden Kyaku technique. Sure. But, yeah. So they're arriving in Wako Mundo, and Orihime's staring up at the moon, like we said, or the reverse moon. And that's
just
basically
like in
where
the ending.
And that's where we leave off for now. So, the Arrancar arc as a whole, well, I'd say other than those fucking fillers, it was decent. It did what it needed to, up the stakes with the antags, made them imposing. Luffy probably could have killed Hitsugaya if he didn't have the time to fully charge his attack in the background.
But he was too busy gloating.
Yeah, hitting on Rangiku.
And Grimjow marked him.
Yep, which proves Grimjow is by far the stronger of Spada 6. And MVP of these episodes probably is going to go, for me at least, David Vincent and Tony Oliver as Grimjow and Ukiura. Oh, if anyone's wondering how Soul Society found out about Orihime's kidnapping, because the Tony Oliver Soul Reaper that was with her was healed and he ran back. So,
and the other guy, whoever he was voiced by.
They both lost an arm, though.
Yeah. I threw it in the counter, guys. It'll be on the test.
Yep. So, yeah, I think this arc worked. Though the visors are kind of gone for a while. No joke, they're really gone for a while. You're not going to see the visors for ages.
Yeah. What are you talking about? There's a visor right there. His name is Ichigo.
Yeah, the JB Blanc thing, again, should have been stretched out for the 10 episodes, I feel. Instead of giving us one-off.
They should have been less underwhelming.
Yep. But yeah, overall, this arc gets a pass. Even if it had a little bit of a down here and there. Especially that fucking Miyuki
episode.
Oh my god, that Miyuki filler was terrible. That was awful. Oh, yeah, and for people thinking of writing fillers, or writing episodes in general for an anime, stop with the fucking getting hit by a car thing! Please! Having it done once, fine, but multiple times, it just... Why?
Because it's highly intelligible.
I wonder what happened to Don Kanoji.
He's dead.
Yeah, makes sense.
Until the next filler he shows up in.
But alright. Well, I guess that'll do it for now. Next time will be episodes 144 to 167, the Wako Mundo arc. Oh god, that means the next video is probably going to be really long. Oh well. And it's going to be fun. Hope you all enjoy.
Help.
What do you mean? Next arc is actually good.
I don't know. It could have a bunch of fillers that didn't knock. Anyway.
Right, yeah. Maybe comment below and all that after watching this on Utaba. Oh no, let's know what you thought of the Arrancar arc.
I really like the part where they talk about elephants doing it.
You already made that joke! Anyways, thanks again for watching. Hope you all have a great day and all that stuff. And you can watch Bleach on Hulu, as well as other places, I guess. Or get the Blu-rays, they're easy to track down enough.
But you also miss out on the after credits skits on
Yep,
Hulu.
which that's the only time it showed Ichigo training with the Vizards or being silly with them during those fillers, was in those. Alright, guys. Till next time. Bye! Ichimaru!